Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it if you jump on here live here on this beautiful Monday. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure you give the video a like, a thumbs up, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. I know I don't normally come on here this time of the day, even on Mondays usually. I wait until lunchtime or shortly after. But I was excited to come on here and, for one, tell everybody I hope that you have a wonderful Monday and an even better week. I hope everything goes just the way you want it to go here this week. And don't wait until tomorrow to make a difference in somebody's life. Make a difference in somebody's life starting today. Even if you just make them smile, a smile can go a long way. And I want to remind everybody, once again, if you live in the upstate of South Carolina, western North Carolina, North Georgia, or Northeast Georgia, I'd love to see you Saturday night. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time will be 7 o'clock for CMW and PWF television tapings at the West Greenville Community Center. And the word West is very much important because there are a bunch of community centers in Greenville, because Greenville is a large city. It'll be at the West Greenville Community Center. Type that in your GPS and you will find it. Good morning, Keveron. Glad to have you here. But my main topic today, of course, as it has been ever since Friday, is March Madness. We now have the Sweet 16. So first I'm going to tell you about all the games from yesterday, and then we'll run down our Sweet 16 games that'll start on Thursday. Yesterday, Florida defeated UConn 77-75. Duke defeats Baylor 89-66. It was Kentucky 84, Illinois 75. Alabama 80, St. Mary's, California 66. Maryland defeated Colorado State 72-71. And I'll talk more about that game coming up here in just a minute. Ole Miss defeats Iowa State 91-78. Michigan State defeats New Mexico 71-63. And Arizona defeated Oregon 87-83. It's funny, Arizona is one of those teams that every year, because of their basketball tradition, you know, they're always overhyped, overrated all year long in their top 5, top 10. So come tournament time, they're expected to go a long way, even though they're not really that good. They're overranked because of their tradition. Hey there, Sage. Glad to have you here. But this is the year that there was a time during the regular season that Arizona wasn't even ranked. And now here they are in the Sweet 16. So when they have no pressure on them and they're not expected to do good, they're in the Sweet 16. But so far in the tournament, the best game has been Colorado State and Maryland. I'm not going to talk about the whole game, but I will tell you the ending of it in case you missed the ending of it. Maryland was up by 2, 70-68. Good morning, Marcus. Glad to have you here. And it was Maryland 70, Colorado State 68. And the Colorado State Rams had the ball. They made a three with 8.1 seconds left to put Colorado State up 71-70. Good morning, Clip Masty. Glad to have you here. And I believe, Clip, this is the first time I've seen your name in the comment section. If this is your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by. I post just about every single day talking college football, college basketball, We talk NBA, we talk Major League Baseball, a little college baseball, wrestling, NASCAR racing, basically the three major sports. And then I do top 10 countdowns once a week, and they could be about sports, could be about movies, could be about music, could be about vacation. You just never know. So not all of my top 10 countdowns are sports related, but outside of that, just about every video I do is sports related. And you make NFL and college football edits. Well, that's good. Glad to have you here, Clip. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. But Maryland trailed after Colorado State made that three, 71-70 with 8.1 seconds left. Maryland got the ball back, and as time expired, they made a shot off the glass. So Maryland wins 72-71. And Gabe, I'm glad you're offering money, but I would never take anybody's money, but thank you for offering. And I've mentioned this before, and Gabe, maybe you're new here, so I'll mention it again. And this is the honest to God's truth. It's no lie. I have been doing this channel since March of 2001. Matter of fact, March 9th, which was just over 2 weeks ago, was my 4-year anniversary. And I have not made one dime off this channel. Hopefully one day in the future I will. But honest to God, when I started this channel, I started it because I love sports. My wife doesn't watch sports. My kids don't watch sports. So I don't really get a chance to talk sports a lot around the house. So I started this channel just to have a platform to get on and talk about something that I really enjoy, which is sports. And Sage, if you're asking me how I'm doing fantastic. But Gabe, I never thought that I would reach 500 subscribers, let alone 1,000. And now we're almost at 1,300, I believe, last I checked. So the channel is growing, and that's why I try to post every day to help it grow more and more. But as of right now, I don't have Cash App, I don't have Venmo, I don't have PayPal, I don't have any of the ways possible for you to send me money. So Gabe, even if you were serious and you wanted to send money, there's just no way you could, because I wouldn't be able to get the money because I don't have Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, any of that stuff. And the reason why I don't have it is because I have Facebook, and I have a Facebook as another way to try to help the channel grow, so I can go on there and talk about it if people ask. But you always have these hackers on Facebook that try to hack somebody's account and get your Cash App. So instead of lying and saying, hey, I don't have Cash App, I can truthfully say, I don't have Cash App. Even if you wanted to take my money, you can't get it. So that's the main reason why I don't have Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, any of that stuff. But maybe in the future, if the channel does grow to where I'm hoping it grows in the future, I'll get it, but it'll be strictly for this channel. I won't use it for anything other than a way for people to send me money if they want to. But I didn't start this channel with that in mind, because there's too many people that actually make a living on YouTube, and I don't want to come across as a bum that doesn't want to work and wants to make money sitting on his butt all day long talking sports. So when I started the channel, I said, you know what? I'm not going to get on here and talk about having Cash App and PayPal and Venmo and coming across as I'm desperate for money and I'm doing this to get money. That was never my intention. So that's why I don't have it as of yet. But maybe one day when the channel grows, I'll do it. But I didn't want to start a channel and immediately come across as a bum just trying to get money off people, because that was never my intention. But Gabe, I am glad you offered. It makes me feel good that you did offer. And hey, Cliff, that's good to hear, man. You if you post daily, especially live, it can be easy to grow a channel. But there's just so many people, Cliff, that have a YouTube channel and they pretty much post the same thing every day, or they only post once or twice a month. And if that's what you do, it's hard to grow a channel because there's so many people that have a YouTube channel that you have to be different. And if you're not different, people don't watch you. And if you don't post at all, they don't watch you. And that's why I try to talk all major sports because, there are millions and millions and millions, in the words of The Rock, of people that have YouTube channels. And most of them will focus on only football content or only baseball content or only basketball content, only wrestling content, only NASCAR content. So I thought, you know what? If I focus on one sport and just one sport, it's not going to work because 2021 when I started YouTube, man, most folks started YouTube in 2010, 2011. So I knew that I was already behind the eight ball big time as far as starting a YouTube channel. So I knew that I was going to have to be different. So I couldn't focus on just one team or just one sport. So that's why I got on here and started talking baseball and basketball and football and racing and wrestling. So that way, if you like more than just one sport, you've got a channel to watch that doesn't focus on just one sport. If you like just football, there are platforms for that. And there are people that like just football. But there are also sports fans that like other sports besides football. There are also sports fans that like sports that don't like football. So I knew that I couldn't focus on just one sport. And there's millions of people that do that as well and get everybody's attention. So I needed to focus on everybody. And that's why, as a Clemson fan, this is not a Clemson channel because there are hundreds of Clemson fans and Clemson media people that talk just Clemson. So I didn't want to make this a Clemson channel. There's places to go if you want to watch just Clemson. But I'm a Clemson fan, but this is not a Clemson channel. I do many of videos where I don't even talk about Clemson. You see my hat, you see the background, you know they're my team, but it's not a Clemson channel, so I don't make this a Clemson platform. You make football edits. Well, awesome. Clip, send me a video that you do sometime on Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to check it out. I've got Facebook, and I tell people all the time, if you want to message me on Facebook, I have no problem. I try to respond to everybody, and I do as long as I know it's a legit, real person. Now, you get those robots that send you stuff, I'm not going to respond to that. But as long as you're a real person and you send me a real, true message on Facebook, I talk to everybody. But Facebook is the only social media platform I have. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Pinterest. I don't have Twitter. I don't have Snapchat or anything else. And maybe I'm not mentioning the only social media platform I have is Facebook, and it is for YouTube and it is for wrestling. I very rarely actually post on Facebook as far as a public message. Usually, if I post, it's either about sports or it's about wrestling. But I do have it, and it's for my wrestling business, and it's for YouTube. But let's talk about this weekend's Sweet 16 games. They'll start on Thursday, but I call that Friday Eve, so that's the kickoff of the weekend. But it's no longer 68 teams. We're down to 16, so we're not going to be having games starting at noon on the East Coast and going until after midnight, because now instead of 16 games on Thursday and 16 games on Friday, we're just going to have 4 games on Thursday and 4 games on Friday. Thursday, 7:10 Eastern Time, we have BYU and Alabama. 7:40 Maryland and Florida. 9:40 Arizona and Duke. 10:10 Arkansas and Texas Tech. Friday, 7:10 Ole Miss and Michigan State. 7:40 two conference opponents, Kentucky and Tennessee. 9:40 Michigan and Auburn. And 10:10 Purdue and Houston. And then, of course, the 4 teams that win Thursday will play again on Saturday, and the 4 teams that win on Friday will play again on Sunday. And then by Sunday, we'll be down to the final 4. But let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. My contact lenses feel very itchy in my eyes. Does anyone have any solution for me? And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them.